Disclaimer. Listeners, please be aware that this article is for information purpose and may not in a whole holds the final facts or figures concerning this article upon this subject matter. Everyone is strongly advised to carry out their own research into the subject before making a final decision about this article. We are not responsible for any loss or damage you may suffer as a result of this article. Climate change is a global issue impacting our world. Climate change is an escalating global challenge that demands urgent attention. This educational article aims to shed light on the concept of climate change, its causes, and why it is a pressing issue that affects us all. By exploring the science behind climate change and its far-reaching consequences, we can better comprehend the need for collective action to mitigate its effects and safeguard our planet for future generations. What is climate change?
Climate change refers to long-term shifts in weather patterns and global temperatures.
It is primarily driven by the increase in greenhouse gas emissions, primarily carbon dioxide, CO2, resulting from human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. These emissions trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, leading to a rise in average global temperatures, a phenomenon known as global warming. The science behind climate change. The scientific consensus is clear. Human activities are the primary contributors to the rapid climate change we are experiencing.
Through the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and land use changes, we release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, intensifying the natural greenhouse effect.
This enhanced effect disrupts the balance of the Earth's climate system, causing a range of adverse impacts. Global consequences. Climate change has wide-ranging and potentially catastrophic consequences for our planet and all its inhabitants. Rising temperatures lead to melting glaciers and ice caps, resulting in the rise of sea levels, which pose significant threats to coastal communities and ecosystems. Changes in precipitation patterns disrupt agricultural systems, leading to food insecurity and exacerbating global hunger. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense, impacting human lives, economies, and biodiversity. Environmental, social, and economic impacts. The impacts of climate change are not limited to specific regions or sectors. They affect every aspect of our lives. Ecosystems are being disrupted, with shifts in habitats, loss of biodiversity, and increased risks to vulnerable species. Human health is at stake as changing weather patterns contribute to the spread of infectious diseases and worsen air pollution. Furthermore, climate change exacerbates social and economic inequalities, disproportionately affecting marginalized communities and exacerbating existing challenges. Mitigation and adaptation. Addressing climate change requires a multifaceted approach. Mitigation efforts focus on reducing greenhouse gas emissions through transitioning to renewable energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and adopting sustainable land use practices. Concurrently, adaptation measures aim to minimize the impacts of climate change by enhancing resilience in infrastructure, agriculture, water management, and urban planning. Both mitigation and adaptation strategies are essential for safeguarding our planet and building a sustainable future. Raising awareness about the causes, impacts, and potential solutions of climate change is essential in mobilizing collective action. Here are some effective strategies to raise awareness and engage individuals, communities, and policymakers. Education and information dissemination. Promote climate change education at all levels, from schools to community centers, through workshops, seminars, and informational campaigns. Provide accessible and scientifically accurate resources that explain the causes, impacts, and potential solutions of climate change. Utilize various media platforms, including websites, social media, documentaries, and podcasts, to reach a wide audience and share reliable information. Public outreach and engagement. Organize public events, such as panel discussions, town hall meetings, and conferences, to facilitate dialogue and engagement on climate change. Encourage participation from diverse stakeholders, including scientists, policymakers, community leaders, and the general public. These platforms foster knowledge exchange, debate, and collaboration, leading to a deeper understanding of the issue and potential solutions. Partnerships and collaborations forge partnerships between environmental organizations, academic institutions, businesses, and government agencies to amplify efforts in raising awareness about climate change.
Collaborate on joint campaigns, initiatives, and projects that promote sustainable practices, highlight success stories, and showcase innovative solutions.
Combined efforts have a greater impact and reach a broader audience. Use compelling communication tools. Utilize compelling and relatable narratives, visuals, and storytelling techniques to convey the causes, impacts, and solutions of climate change.
Create videos, infographics, and interactive content that resonate with diverse audiences.
Emphasize the human and ecological dimensions of climate change, highlighting real-life stories, experiences, and the interconnectedness of the global community.
Engage with youth and future generations. Recognize the powerful role that youth and future generations play in addressing climate change. Support youth-led initiatives, organizations, and movements advocating for climate action. Encourage educational institutions to integrate climate change into curricula, promoting a sense of responsibility and empowerment among students. Foster mentorship programs that enable intergenerational knowledge sharing and collaboration. Empower individuals to take action. Translate awareness into action by providing individuals with practical tools and resources to reduce their carbon footprint and adopt sustainable lifestyles. Offer guidance on energy conservation, waste reduction, sustainable transportation, and responsible consumption. Encourage individuals to participate in community projects, volunteer for environmental causes, and support policies that address climate change. Engage with media and influencers. Work with journalists, bloggers, social media influencers, and celebrities to amplify messages about climate change. Collaborate with media outlets to publish articles, interviews, and opinion pieces that emphasize the urgency of climate action. Engage influencers and celebrities who are passionate about the environment to spread awareness and promote sustainable practices through their platforms. Engage with media. By implementing these strategies, we can effectively raise awareness about the causes, impacts, and potential solutions of climate change. Building a broad and informed understanding of the issue is crucial in driving meaningful action, mobilizing support for policy changes, and fostering a collective commitment to creating a more sustainable and resilient future. Inspiring stories and solutions on climate change, renewable energy transition. Countries like Denmark and Costa Rica have made significant strides in transitioning their energy systems to rely on renewable sources. Denmark has become a global leader in wind energy, while Costa Rica has achieved almost 100% renewable electricity generation. These success stories demonstrate the feasibility and benefits of transitioning away from fossil fuels towards clean, sustainable energy sources. Reforestation and conservation efforts. The Great Green Wall Initiative in Africa aims to combat desertification by planting a massive, green wall of trees across the Sahel region. This project not only helps restore degraded land but also provides jobs, improves biodiversity, and supports local communities. Similar reforestation and conservation initiatives in other parts of the world are contributing to carbon sequestration and ecosystem restoration. Sustainable agriculture and land use. Sustainable farming practices such as agroforestry, organic farming, and precision agriculture are reducing the environmental impact of agriculture while promoting food security. The 1,000 Gardens in Africa project empowers communities to grow food sustainably, adapt to climate change, and protect biodiversity. These practices reduce greenhouse gas emissions, enhance soil health, and promote resilient farming systems. Circular economy and waste management. The concept of a circular economy aims to minimize waste generation and maximize resource efficiency. Innovative solutions, such as recycling technologies, waste-to-energy projects, and sustainable product design, are being implemented worldwide. For example, the city of San Francisco has achieved remarkable success in reducing landfill waste through comprehensive recycling and composting programs. International collaborations and agreements. The Paris Agreement, signed by 195 countries, represents a global commitment to combat climate change. It sets targets to limit global temperature rise and encourages countries to enhance their climate action plans. This agreement has catalyzed international collaborations and financial support for climate mitigation and adaptation efforts worldwide. One may ask the question, where are we today on climate change? While inspiring stories and solutions exist, the current state of climate change remains a significant global concern. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, has warned that urgent and unprecedented action is needed to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and avoid catastrophic consequences. Greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise, primarily driven by the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial activities. The impacts of climate change, such as extreme weather events, sea level rise, and ecosystem degradation, are already being observed. Vulnerable communities, particularly in developing countries, are disproportionately affected. International efforts to address climate change are ongoing. The annual United Nations Climate Change Conferences, COP, bring together world leaders to discuss and advance global climate action. Countries are revising and enhancing their climate commitments under the Paris Agreement. Additionally, investments in renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, and climate adaptation measures are increasing. However, substantial challenges remain, including political obstacles, economic dependencies on fossil fuels, and varying levels of commitment among nations. Bridging these gaps and accelerating climate action at all levels of society is essential to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change and create a sustainable future. As individuals, communities, governments, and businesses, we must continue to raise awareness, support sustainable practices, and advocate for ambitious climate policies. By working collectively, we can drive the transformative changes needed to address climate change and protect the well-being of current and future generations. In conclusion, climate change is one of the most critical challenges of our time, requiring immediate action and collective commitment. Inspiring stories and solutions provide a glimmer of hope amidst the urgency of this global crisis. From renewable energy transitions to reforestation efforts, sustainable agriculture practices to circular economy initiatives, innovative approaches are emerging worldwide. However, the current state of climate change demands accelerated action and collaboration at all levels. While international agreements and commitments have laid the foundation for collective efforts, more needs to be done to curb greenhouse gas emissions, protect vulnerable communities, and preserve the planet's ecosystems. We stand at a critical juncture in the fight against climate change. The need to raise awareness, promote sustainable practices, and advocate for robust policies is more crucial than ever. It is essential to amplify inspiring stories, learn from successful solutions, and empower individuals and communities to take action. Together, we have the power to make a difference. By embracing renewable energy, conserving resources, supporting sustainable agriculture, and promoting circular economies, we can contribute to a more sustainable future. It is through collective determination, innovation, and global cooperation that we can address climate change's complex challenges and build a resilient world for generations to come. Let us seize this opportunity to transform our societies, economies, and lifestyles in harmony with the planet. By fostering a deep understanding of the causes, impacts, and potential solutions of climate change, we can create a sustainable and thriving world where people and nature coexist in balance. The time to act is now. Let us join hands, spread awareness, and work together to mitigate climate change, protect our planet's precious ecosystems, and secure a sustainable future for all. Thanks for watching.